Alright. No, we're good. Okay. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to For Boston Sports' Bleed Green podcast. This is NBA show. Don't get it twisted. This is the NBA podcast. This is the Bleed Green podcast. With me, I got a very special guest that I go onto his YouTube channels multiple times during the NBA season, Celtics season, NFL season. So why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers there, bro?
What's going on, people? Sports, I've had the pleasure to bring Justin on my channel or Justin himself has agreed to join, or not join, but come on my channel and talk basketball, talk NFL, talk Celtics, everything. You know what I mean? I appreciate you always, bro. I appreciate it all the time, man. It's a it's a tough day, tough morning for me to wake up to, tough night for I'm sure a lot of you Celtics fans, tough night for all Boston sports fans, but we're all in this together, eh? We're all in this together. We've been eliminated tonight. After, let's be honest, after being up 3-1, you and I thought that this series was wraps. After being up 13 in Game 5, I thought surely we're gonna go close this one out now. We're gonna go on a run and close this game out. Little did I know, 3 games there'll be another further 3 games. Little did I know there'll be a further 3 games in the series. But that's Boston Celtics for you. Always choking leads, always living and dying by the 3. We'll get into that shortly, but thank you for having me on, Justin, and it's great to chat with you as always, man. And yeah, like I said, let's get started.
Yeah, folks, go follow Akevin on AN Sports. He's how many subs are you away from 600 still?
6 more to go, but
He's
guys, the priority is this man's channel, man. I've done enough for him. I mean, not done enough for him, but he's done enough for me. You know, he's done so much for me, and then I can only help but repay the favor back. And thank you so much as always, bro. And this is also live on my channel. So if you're watching from my channel, if you're watching it from, if you're watching this
Twitter.
from Justin, wherever you're watching it from, Twitter, Justin's channel, my channel, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's get this man to 50 subscribers. Let's get this.
I already see John in the chat. I'm on the guest app, so I can't pull up comments. But what's up, John?
What's up, John? How you doing, bro? I can see the comments. I can see the comments right here. Big up to you.
Okay, so season's over. So I know it says Game 7 recap, but bro, let's just go game by game, shall we?
Of course. I don't mind going by game.
So let's talk Game 1. What do you think? What you've asked this on your channel plenty of times. What did you see that went right for the Celtics in Game 1? And what did you see that went wrong for the Celtics in Game 1?
Game 1 was the game that made me believe everything was gonna tick. Let's be real. I thought Game 1 was the game that, wow, we blew up the Sixers. Like that was a solid win at home. Like we could just build on momentum. You know, build on the momentum from this game and carry on to the next few games. Little did I know that this was going to be. Little did I know that it was going to happen this way. Okay, I've seen the Celtics not really blow a 3-1 lead, but we have had to come back from being 3-2 down twice in the space of 2 years. Justin, you and I have been Celtics fans for a very long time. We've seen the Celtics come back from 3-2 down. But we let the Sixers back into the series ourselves. After Game 1, we just lost all our 3-point shooting effort, and we just lost everything. You know, we just lost. You know, Game 1 was a game that put the marker down for the Celtics, saying that this is the strongest team in the East, and should have remained the strongest team in the East. You know, I thought Tatum, Brown, Pritchard, White. I mean, not White, but Kada. You know, they all had decent-ish games, but it was just a case of a team win. It wasn't like somebody who. It wasn't someone who hard carried the Celtics team. No, we had a team that, you know, that was complete almost in Game 1, but it was a good win in Game 1. That's all. It was just a really good win, and then, you know, onwards from there. And then game 2, game 2 was just a really bad performance in the second half, though, let's be honest, because we had the chance to tie the game or take the lead. And instead of going for a 2-pointer to tie the game, we went for a stupid 3-pointer that eventually led to the Sixers going on a run to win the game. It was a game of momentum, a game of runs. It was a game of it was a back and forth game until the Sixers pulled away, and that was when the game just completely flipped. It was the third quarter. It was a really bad third quarter by the Celtics, and we just let that game flow away from us. Typical Celtics third quarters this season. I'll be honest with you, Justin. The whole entire regular season and the whole entire playoffs itself, the third quarter has been our weakest quarter by a mile. And I've not seen a third quarter team this bad in my entire life. Because even in the Miami Heat series, we led by so much, and we let the Heat back into the game in the third quarter. Our third quarter has been awful this season. Our rotations in the third quarter have been nothing short of embarrassing. And performances in general have just been awful, bro. Let's just be honest.
So obviously nothing went wrong in game 1, but do you think anything could have went better in game 2?
Sorry, say that again. Game 2?
Do you think anything could have gone better in game 2?
Yes. We should never have gone for that stupid 3-pointer to take the lead. We should have just gone, attacked the basket, tied the game, and then momentum could have swung. Instead, the Sixers go on the other end and score a basket. It happened again today, Justin. It happened again today, bro. We were down 1 in the fourth quarter. I was like, we are pulling this back. This is the Celtics I know from this season. This is the Celtics team that's competed hard all year long without Tatum. Finally, we're back in the game. Let's go and get the next bucket and let's take the lead and hold on to the win. Newsflash, next to that, nothing from there worked. We took 3-pointers, missed wide open threes, got fouls. Cool. We made our baskets. We attacked the rim. Derek White and Jaylen Brown were our only positives today. Derek White finally turned up, but it was in a game where we needed to win. Imagine he would have turned up in games 1, games 2, games 3, and games 4. The series would have been wrapped up. The series would have been wrapped up, bro. We would never have to. Imagine he turned up in game 2. The series would never have gone to 5 or 6 or 7. It would have just stayed at 4. Would have swept the Sixers, gone to the semifinals, and then we'd have to wait a whole week for the Knicks. Imagine having to wait a whole week to play the Knicks, bro. How much rest you would get, how much you recharge, how much momentum would be on your side.
A lot. We could have had a lot of rest for the Knicks.
Exactly, and then ever since that game, we just completely fell apart. Game 2 the blueprint of game 2 came back in game 5 and game 6, and then game 7 we fought. We fought hard in game 7, and I'm not going to shy away from the performance in game 6 in game 7 because game 7 was a game that we had to go out with on a high at least. And do you know what? Despite the last minute, I thought this team battled very, very well. We were down like 18 at one point. We almost came back down 1. This was the Boston Celtics that I knew from this season. Where has that been in the playoffs? Where was that in games 5, game 6, and game 7? Oh, sorry, game 2, game 5, and game 6. Not there, non-existent. I'm not blaming Jason Tatum or whatnot, but Jason Tatum coming back means we had to adjust a little bit. We had to give Jaylen Brown less of the ball. We had to give Jaylen Brown less of the responsibility. You saw the responsibility Jaylen Brown can take up when he's the lone guy. Jason Tatum, do you think he took up the second option? Because I don't think he did. I don't think Tatum took up the second option, which I think he should have. The game that Tatum came back was the game that we should have given Jaylen Brown the responsibility from then onwards. Jason Tatum came back and everything was like, okay, the Celtics just risen to like, a new level. Sure, I'm sure the confidence was there in the players, and the confidence was there within the fan base and the NBA that the Celtics were going to win the title. Because why not? Because we had Jason Tatum back. I can't believe, Justin, I'm sat here talking to you about first round exit after leading 3-1 and 13 points in game 5. I can't believe it, bro. I genuinely cannot believe it. Like I should be talking. I should be here talking to you about the next series.
I know.
Yesterday
Well,
evening, I was so positive. I was like, bro, I feel good about Game 7. I actually felt it. Like it was like part of me was like, we're gonna go win this Game 7 because we know what we can do in Game 7 in Boston. You know,
I
it's
know,
almost
and
like
we'll get to.
in history. It's the first
I
time ever.
know, and we'll get to our 3-1 collapse when we get to games 5 through 7. But let's continue on with let's go to game 3.
Okay. Game 3 was a clutch win. It was a closeout game because you know what? It's not a closeout game. It was a close game. We had to clutch up and win because Game 3 was a game that we had to either show that this team can, you know, we can win close games, we can win clutch games. It was a 6-point Celtics lead, and then Jason Tatum scored the bucket. Jaylen Brown made that steal, and all we had to do, Jaylen Brown made that steal, and the Celtics were, and then White scored that bucket, right? And then all of a sudden it was a 3-point Celtics lead? Yeah, it was a 3-point Celtics lead. And then going into the final minutes of the game, I remember Tyrese Maxey making that face when he scored that bucket. I was like, ooh, this might haunt me for years if they're going to win this game. Luckily, they didn't win the game, but they won the series. So yeah. It was a good closeout. It was a good closing game. Like we had to close it out in that game, and we closed it out well. We clutched up 1-8, and that was a good performance. Very good performance by the Celtics in the end.
Yeah, that was a very stressful game until the end.
Yeah, for sure.
But they repaid us by blowing the Sixers out out of the water in game 4.
And that was the game that you and I thought the series was wrapped up because we were flying back to Boston to close out the series. The Celtics are so good at closing out games. I was very shocked at the way we lost that game. I was thinking like, okay, surely not, right? Like we can still win this game down 3. Like it was 97-94 or something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, 97-94. We missed a wide open 3. Again, I'm missing a 3-pointer. When have you not heard me say that? You know, I've said that I've said that time and time again on these shows. You know, living and dying by the 3, and we died by it. We died by it tonight because we lost the game because of 3-pointers. Let's be honest, Justin. Had we attacked the basket towards the end, we could have maybe taken the lead and won the game, and we'd be playing the Knicks in the next round and then giving Tatum more rest to come back. You know. Tatum sat out tonight, which I think was the wrong decision by the Celtics. I think he should have played, but it wouldn't have made a difference. We would have still lost with Tatum, in my opinion, because this team would. Because you know what it is with Tatum, I don't know what it is. Should I be upset at Tatum because of the way he was laughing at the end of the game, or should I just not be upset because it was just like sportsmanship? I don't even know. I don't know what to say. I'm a little bit confused right now. I'm a little bit like unsure of what really went on because. I know he was giving respect to Joel Embiid and giving his flowers to Joel Embiid. Jason Tatum started the season the way he ended the season, on the bench, on the sidelines. Let's be honest. He ended the season on the sidelines, started the season on the sidelines. Could this have been the year he just said sit out? I know we can't backtrack now. We can't backtrack now because he came back, and I'm thankful he came back. I'm glad he came back. I'm so glad to see him on the court again. That made me smile. Tatum coming back was probably my favorite moment of the season. I think him coming back was my favorite moment of the season, by a distance.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think went wrong in our 3-1 collapse?
Our 3-pointers didn't fall. Derek White had a stinker. Our bench didn't perform. Pritchard wasn't playing like a third option. Even today he didn't play well. Even today he didn't play amazing. The Pritchard I know was just shooting, constantly shooting, not taking extra dribbles, pump faking, and that's when I know something's wrong with Pritchard. Remember the Pritchard that was that was knocking down shots in game 4. Remember that was the Pritchard that we saw in game 4. That was not the same Pritchard we saw today in games 5, game 6, and game 7. Something was off with Pritchard, and all we needed to win was just one more game, Justin, and that would have been the Celtics through.
Do you think?
Sorry, go on.
Do you think that the Celtics were looking past the Sixers and be like, okay, we can beat this team and then we play the Knicks? Do you think the Celtics were looking past them and being like, hey, when do we play the Knicks?
Say that again. Sorry. Do you think we play the Knicks?
Do you think this team was looking past the Sixers team only to look forward to the Knicks?
We got comfortable. We got way too comfortable after being up 3-1. And let's just be honest, Justin, right? This Celtics team has gotten comfortable way too many times. Way too many times. We should not have to we should not, right? We should not have to be dealing with a team that's so comfortable after being up 3-1, knowing that their best player was coming back for game 4 and then game 5, and then the confidence started to build in the Sixers because they started to mount a bit of a comeback. We couldn't defend Joel Embiid down low. Today we did a very good job defending Joel Embiid. Jaylen Brown, bro, I want Jaylen Brown to be the lead guy on this team going forward. I do. We saw what Jaylen Brown can do as a number 1 option today. I know Tatum was not fully fit yet. He's just come back this season. We'll see the better version of Tatum hopefully next season. Hopefully we'll see a better version of Tatum next season. I know I'm speaking too soon, but Jaylen Brown this season has shown what he can do and lead a team out there. If Jaylen Brown was leading our team, I'm going to say it now, right? And this is no shit at Tatum. I love Tatum. I always will love Tatum. Tatum is my guy, my favorite player. If Jaylen Brown was leading this team for the playoffs, if he was the number 1 option, we go through in 4. Jaylen Brown was constantly making 30-point games this season. In my opinion, he was robbed in the conversations of MVP. He was robbed in the conversations of MVP, bro. Let's just be honest. He should be in the MVP conversation. With the expectation of the Boston Celtics at the start of the year, we thought we missed the playoffs. They thought that this team was going to miss the playoffs. They thought that we were going to just be completely dead. Like, we were going to be a tanking team this season. It kind of feels that way now. It kind of feels like we're tanking now because you know what it is? We lost in round 1. Losing in round 1 hurts more than losing in the finals. I'm not going to lie to you. It does because expectations have risen throughout the season. We were expected to go to the conference finals and the finals. In my opinion, not playing like this, we weren't going to get past New York. New York were going to outscore us. They were going to outmuscle us. They were going to beat us. They were going to lose. They probably would have swept us 4-0. The way we were playing, they'd probably sweep us. I'm not going to lie to you. They'd probably go 4-0. I think the Knicks will beat the Sixers. I'm rooting for the Sixers to win in that series. But this one hurts more than anything, bro. I would rather lose in the conference finals knowing that my team has a ceiling to go far in the playoffs, rather than having to go back to a playoffs and then expect to, get bounced in the first round. Or not get bounced in the first round, but having high expectations and then getting bounced in the first round. This one hurts. This one definitely hurts, and it will hurt us for a long time. These players will know that next season this is going to hurt them, and they'll bounce back from it. I know two guys that will do it: Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. These two guys are going to be the two guys that will definitely help us carry us over the line next season. But we have to build a proper team around them. This season, we'll talk about this season's team in a minute, and I'll talk about the issues that this team might do in a minute. But I'll let you finish off your.
Look, I said that we were going to lose this game mainly because I didn't want to get embarrassed by the Knicks. And that's exactly what we were going to do because the Knicks beat the Hawks by 50. So, by the way, how do I sound? Am I sound okay?
Oh, you're good. You're good, bro.
Okay. You know what? Let's just get to it. Let's just get to the season. Let's just get to the season review. Let's just get to it to wrap this up. Final thoughts on the season for the Celtics.
On the season, overall season, or you mean just the playoffs?
Season overall.
I think this team deserves a C plus. I'm gonna give this rating. I'm gonna give the season rating a C plus. For the regular season, everyone expected us to be in the tanking phase. So we made the playoffs in the second seed. But our playoff run, our playoff form was absolutely atrocious, bro. It was just beyond embarrassing, and I think this team next season needs to retool. We need to go into the off season. I've said this on Jesse's channel, and I'll say it again. No Celtics fan should have any sentimental bias towards anyone except the Jays, because we're gonna make some big moves this offseason, and you're gonna have to deal with it. If we trade Derek White, we trade Derek White. If we trade Pritchard, we trade Pritchard. I don't care who we trade anymore. Only Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown deserves to be in this roster at this moment in time. For me currently, if I'm looking at two players that should be here next season, it's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And then you maybe say like a Pritchard, or maybe Pritchard as well. All right. But the rest of this team, yeah, they deserve a reality check, because this has just been an absolutely atrocious playoffs, atrocious run, and we need to definitely move on to some of these guys next season. Some of the moves that Brad Stevens has made this past season, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think out of all the seasons that Brad Stevens been at the Celtics, this has been his worst season. And I love Brad Stevens, and I think he'll be our main guy. And I know he got Executive of the Year, but like at what cost? You know, he traded for Vucevic. Vucevic did nothing for us this season. Vucevic has come in and just made it worse defensively. He's like a third option behind Luka Garza. Like, what the actual hell? This guy is worse.
Yeah, speaking of that,
Luka Garza. Go on.
Were you surprised that Luka Garza got the starting role over Keita tonight?
Yeah, I agree. Luka Garza starting over Keita was the best decision in my opinion. I think Garza. Look. I'm gonna say this. Garza is a guy that picks up a lot of fouls, but he makes shots. He's like our version of Al Horford this season, because Al Horford was the guy that made shots for us. Garza makes shots for us. Keita can't knock down 3-pointers like Horford did, right? We had last season or the season before, Justin, we had the whole team knocking down 3-pointers. The whole team. It wasn't even just it was Porzingis, our center, knocking down threes. It was who else was playing for us? It was Al Horford knocking down threes. It was Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Sam Hauser. The whole team was knocking down threes. That was the difference. That was the difference. That's why we won the playoff. That's why we won the finals. That's why we won the whole thing. But going into last season, obviously the injuries picked up, and then the Celtics just fell out in the playoffs, actually, to the Knicks. We choked 2 20-point leads. We lived to die by the threes towards the end, and we choked. You know, last season I pinned it on Joe Mazzulla, because Joe Mazzulla had the timeouts with 3 minutes to go and didn't use it. Psychologically, you know, I think the only part I criticize Joe Mazzulla is the psychological part. It's because when I'm watching the Celtics play, I can see in these players that they're tired, they're gassed. They might need a timeout to take a bit of a break. He doesn't take those timeouts in the final 3 minutes. I don't understand why Joe Mazzulla doesn't use his user to take it or lose it a timeout. He doesn't use his take it or lose it timeout. He likes to lose it all the time. He likes to just, never loses. He always loses his timeout. And I'm like, okay, if you're blowing out a team, like whatever, like lose a timeout. Nobody cares. It's not important. All right. But last year against the Knicks, we needed to use those timeouts to help us. You know, going into the final 3 minutes, you only have 2 timeouts remaining. You're only allowed 2 timeouts, which I disagree with the rule, by the way. The NBA should bring back the old rule of you're allowed 3 timeouts. I don't agree with this. I personally don't agree with that. I think the NBA should bring back the timeout rule, the old timeout rule, the 20-second timeout rule, and this timeout rule. It was good fun back then. You know? For me, look, and just rotations, yeah. Rotations should have been better this playoffs, bro. Like I'm gonna be real. The rotations in the playoffs have just been absolutely terrible. It's been awful, bro. Rotations have just you're not giving minutes to Jordan Walsh. Bro, you saw the bench guys how hard they fought this playoffs. We were down 8. We were down 22. These guys helped us come back to down 10 almost. The energy was there. Shireman doesn't have his confidence minutes. I feel sorry for Shireman. The guy doesn't have his confidence minutes. You know? He doesn't have his minutes, bro. He didn't get his confidence minutes. And I genuinely personally, right? I feel sorry for some of the guys that didn't get an opportunity. Because they could have made an impact. Gonzalez, when he came on, you saw what Gonzalez did, didn't you? You saw what Hugo Gonzalez did. He came on and he made an impact, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, Justin. And I hate to be that guy. And I hate to be that guy. But yeah, man. It's just peak for us right now. It's been peak for us. It's gonna be peak for us in the off season. It's gonna be peak for us next season. Because I don't know. I don't expect this team to win the championship next year. I'll say it right now. I don't have any expectations for the championship next season. I think we'll be a mid. I think we'll be a mid team. I think we'll be a top 4, top 3 seed again in the East. I have no doubts about that. But can this team get far in the playoffs? I have doubts about that now. Because we need to build a core of the team that can shoot buckets. We need to build a core of a team that can shoot buckets, bro. You know? I'm sorry, bro. It's just so much I can't even, like, you know. There's so much.
I hate to ask this question.
Go on.
Does Philadelphia get the tip of the hat tonight?
What do you mean?
Does Philadelphia get this?
Oh yeah. Not just tonight. They deserve it in Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7. They wanted it more than us. They wanted this more than us. They knew that the Celtics were confident. They knew that the Celtics were confident. They knew that this team was going to be confident for the rest of the playoffs. They knew that this team was going to be, like, how do you say it? They were going to act tough. They were going to act tough. They weren't going to, you know, they weren't going to. They were gonna kind of let up in a way, and we let up. Let's be honest, we let up, big time, Justin, big time. We let up big time because. Do you remember one of the words Anthony Edwards said? They act tough when they up, or something along the lines of that. That Anthony Edwards quote is gonna come back to haunt us for years. This playoff series is going to come back to haunt us for years. Celtics fans can make the excuse, no Tatum. I don't care about no Tatum, bro. Tatum playing tonight wouldn't have made a difference. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't have. Okay, maybe if it was like a 1 point game and Tatum scores clutch buckets, then maybe it could have been a difference. But at the same time, I just don't see it being. I just don't think so, bro. Now we have to wait till October. Now we're gonna have to wait till October, bro. Yeah, October it is. See you in October. You know, it's a joke. See y'all in October. I wish I was watching this team still in the next round like I did last year in the playoffs. But bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a complete waste of my time talking about the same old issues again. I'm not saying it's a waste of my time coming on your channel. No, I love coming on. I've been privileged coming on your channel, bro. It's just a waste of my time in general saying that it's the same old mistakes that we're making year in, year out. Missing 3-pointers, living and dying by the three, not playing defense. We lack a big man. I've been saying all season, Justin, we've lacked a big man. This offseason, we might need to make some trades for a big man, and I don't care who we trade for a big man. Get a big man in number 1 priority. We need a playmaker number 2, and we need someone who can be a good small forward or power forward, because Tatum should be back to a small forward next season or a shooting guard. Derek White can still remain in the Celtics, and trust me, I know I've said a lot about Derek White, trade him and whatnot, but if these performances are still his ceiling, then you have to keep him, but maybe rotate with him. Maybe move him to the bench. But Pritchard.
No, I agree.
Pritchard needs to step it up too, because Pritchard is one of those guys that he can come off the bench and become such a good scorer, right? But we missed a lot of players, Justin. Our bench depth, I'm worried about our bench depth a little bit, only because they lack experience. Shireman lacks a bit of experience. Walsh needs to get more minutes. Pritchard needs to stay on the bench. Maybe trading Anthony Simons was a mistake. I don't know. Because
it was.
He could have put up a lot of buckets, and I'd bring him back next season, Justin. I would bring Simons back next season. I really would. I'd bring Simons back. I'd bring in someone who can fill that bench piece. We need a score. We need 3 scorers off the bench. Hauser has his inconsistencies. I think Hauser is gone this summer. I think Hauser will be gone this summer. I think some players will be gone. I think maybe Derek White. There's a chance Derek White could leave. There's a chance he could stay. I don't know for sure. But man, we got our asses kicked in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to shy away from it. We're all embarrassed. We're not hiding. We're out here talking. We're out here explaining what we feel and how we feel about this team. Because let's just be honest, Justin. You and I have been completely honest with this team for the entire season. We've had our confident highs and lows. We've had our highs and lows. We've been confident. We've had our doubts. But there's a lot of work in the offseason, and it shouldn't start in when the window opens, or not the window, but when the free agency opens. It should start tomorrow. We're already in the offseason, bro. Tomorrow, everything should start. It should start tomorrow. We can't make trades now, but there should be some changes, and big changes to this team. Big changes. We shouldn't have to wait. And before people say fire Joe Mazzulla, no, you don't fire a guy who won you a championship.
There's a lot of people saying that in Jesse's chat.
Which, let's be honest, like firing Joe Mazzulla is not the answer. Who are we gonna go and get that's gonna improve us right now? Joe Mazzulla is one of the only guys that's been, okay, his rotations have been poor, but he's the reason we're even in the shot of making the playoffs this year. He's the reason we're even in the second seed. Any other head coach, we'd be tanking, in my opinion. Any other head coach, we'd be missing the playoffs by a mile. The only guy I can maybe say all right, he can maybe improve the Celtics is Michael Malone, but he's already employed. And Frank Vogel is not going to help us defensively. So he's going to help us defensively, but our offense is going to be awful. Because look, Joe Mazzulla needs to stay as Celtics head coach. Let's not fire him. All right, let's keep Joe Mazzulla. Let's just shuffle up the team. Let's retool for next year and come back. Because when people said the Celtics were going to win the championship, I agree with them, but I had that small doubt in my mind that we were missing that extra big man. Because the players around Tatum and Brown were not, the shining light. They weren't that shining light, Pritchard had inconsistency games. He's had inconsistent games. He's had his games where he's been on and off. but we can't just rely on them to turn up. Like, wait for them to turn up. They have to turn up from the first jump.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't got anything else if you don't.
Oh, by the way, people, I didn't realize I had to press live on my channel as well, because I thought if you press live, it'll go live straight away. But it turns out I had to press live again. I didn't know this because it's a new feature. Because when I last streamed, I didn't have to press go live. But
No,
now,
you're fine. You're fine.
no, but then I had to press go live again, and then now I only just went live on my channel. So I'm gonna need you to send me the video. Like, can you download the video and send it to me? I'll upload it on my channel.
I don't know
click,
how to. I don't know how to download it, but I will send you the link. I will send you the link to this video.
Or how about this? You know how you can do collaboration.
I've never done this before. I've never done this collaboration before.
YouTube has a collaboration thing. You can collaborate. So I can invite a collaborator.
Okay.
But cool. Yeah, I mean, I've got lots more to say, man. But at the same time, we can only say so
I mean,
much.
I don't run this channel. Maddie does. So I just go live on the channel.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. But make sure you send it to me soon so I can upload it on my channel as well, if you like.
I can send this. Yeah. Hold on.
Is Maddie watching? Is he backstage?
No. It's I think he's sleeping, so it's just me.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, there's so much more we can say, Justin. But we'll see it. We have the NBA show coming up, and before people say you didn't do the you didn't do the NBA show for the Celtics preview, we previewed Game 7 already on the Big Green podcast. Which I'm gonna say it now. This will be the last Big Green podcast for a very long while. I don't know when I'll be back. I don't know when we'll be back for the Bleed Green podcast. I don't know if it's this next season or the season after. But I'll be back live here on Justin's channel.
Yeah, I sent you the video.
As frequently as I am. Yep. I've seen that. I'll be back live on Justin's channel for pretty much all the NBA shows going forward next season. So guys, you already know what to do. Make sure you guys subscribe to Justin's channel and all the good stuff. Big up to you, bro. And yeah, man.
I got 2 NBA shows coming up this week. I got the round 2 predictions with Maddie and Rods. I don't know if Lewis is going to join me, but I know those are the guests I'm going to have on. And I got Jovan on Tuesday. So guys, make sure to keep an eye on this channel. It is coming. It is coming.
And if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to AN Sports. I'm 6 subs away. Just lost a subscriber for some reason. I'll be back live tonight for the Formula 1 show on my channel. And other shows as well. Stay tuned. The NBA show is tonight, actually. We're going to preview the Game 7s, the 2 Game 7s that are coming up. So Raptors, Cavs, and the Magic Pistons. Preview those games, and then, yeah, that's it for the first round. And then semifinal preview is tomorrow. Straight off the bat tomorrow. But anyways, Justin, I appreciate you having me on as always, man.
Hopefully you'll be able to get that. Hopefully you'll be able to get that download because I can't download it unless I got YouTube Premium or something.
Can you ask your how do you say it? Can you ask one of your pals to download it for me? Because I think I'm missing. Yeah, just ask him to download it for me.
I can ask him later today because I think he's sleeping at the moment.
Okay, fine by me. But cool, it's been a good show, Justin. I appreciate you having me on, man. And Celtics fans, stay strong, innit? Stay strong. Don't know when our next championship will be. Probably won't be for a while, but embrace it. We've been through the highs. Just be thankful for that moment. You know, don't know when we'll come back. I don't know if we'll ever make it to the conference finals for a very long time. Probably next year, probably the year after. I don't know. Will you make the playoffs? Question mark. Question marks up in the air for next season. I'd say going into next season, there's even more question marks about this team than last year.
Wait, I think I can download this like off of the StreamYard website itself. I'm gonna try. And if I can, I'll send you it.
Okay, that's fine. But thank you, Justin, for having me on. But yeah, guys, question marks in this team. Me and Justin are gonna come back live when there's something going on. So the Bleed Green podcast will be on Justin's channel. I've officially moved it to Justin's channel. So I've given you the, no pun intended, the green light to stream the Bleed Green podcast on your channel. All the NBA shows and everything.
No pun intended.
We switched over to Justin's channel. As for my channel, I'm gonna be focusing on NBA shows and everything will be done as always. That's normal. But it won't be as frequent as it used to be. It won't be as weekly as it used to be. It'll be like what'd you call it? It'll be like a season preview, regular like a playoff preview, and such and such. Or if there's like some big news happening in the NBA, it won't be like a frequent stream anymore. But I'll be on Justin's channel as often as he is on my channel. So guys, repay the faith. Go support my man here as he has done for me. Appreciate you as always, man, and love always, man. Go Celtics always.
Yeah,
Love
bro.
Celtics.
Let me see if I can download this like tomorrow when I get up.
Yeah, it's fine. Or if you can just download tonight and just send it to me tomorrow morning, you're good, man. Anytime is good.
I'll try. Yeah, I'll try my best. But I am gonna actually end the stream now.
Go ahead, man. Have a good rest of your night, and then just stay strong in it. Celtics fans. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Because I can't hold on 1 second. I gotta mute myself.
I can try ninjas as well if you need me to. You have to be on the StreamYard page to end the stream.
Yeah, that's where I'm going right now.
Go to it should be on your top right to end the stream. I think you remember, right? Top right. It's
Yeah, I just gotta enter the studio, so give me 1 second.
yeah, no worries, man. Take your time. But yeah, I'll have to upload the video on my channel because I pressed click live late. So but yeah, people subscribe to this channel. Again, 50 subs.